Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Hold the line!
Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Grug's here, Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back, troops, legionnaires, and any new recruits. As always, really appreciate you all checking out my channel and my video. All right, we got something pretty cool over here. This is the Lynxgear Hunter in D2 steel. We're going to see how it performs and we're going to put it to the test. What are you all carrying today, troops? Well, today I am carrying my Fintiso Falcon in 14C28N steel. What do you all got? Veterans, active military, any hunters out there, man? This might be a good hunter for you. Check it out. Just want to say thank you very much for your service. We appreciate it all. Enjoy the video. Let's go over these quick specs so we can do a close-up of this hunter. Once again, this is the Lynxgear Drop Point Hunter. Overall length, 9.5 inch. Blade length, 4.5 inch. Blade steel, D2. Blade design, Drop Point Hunter. Blade grind, hollow grind. Blade finish is a satin stonewash. Blade hardness is 59 HRC. Blade thickness is 0.15 inch. Handle length is 5 inch. Handle thickness is 0.15 inch. Handle material is a Burlap Micarta. And the weight of this knife is 7.85 ounce. And it features a full Tang lanyard hole and a nylon sheath. This is a great looking drop point blade, man. I am absolutely loving the design. I just do. You know, I think this would have been great if it was a flat ground or mid saber, but you know that the hollow grind I respect a lot, and it should be a good slicer, especially for game. You know, but yeah, I want to test it for those avid outdoorsmen out there that not only do they hunt, but they're going to use their knife out in the woods. But as you can see, it's got an awesome profile, drop point, small little sharpening choil, no guard unfortunately. Okay, it does have some nice micarta scales, nicely textured, lots of grooves. All right, here we go. Here's the other side, full Tang goodness. Let me get it all in the camera and you'll notice that hollow grind. All right, now this is a little bit thinner than what its counterpart, which is the Lynxgear Bushcrafter. Let me get a little bit of a close-up. It's still got some meat to it, but it'll be a good slicer for if you're just going to dedicate this, you know, to hunting and quartering game. Removable scales, I did tighten and I did Loctite this before coming onto the camera, so hopefully it'll be good. There is no protruding Tang. There is a lanyard hole, and I did add a lanyard over here. You know, gripping this knife feels pretty good. This little finger groove over here, this bump, might bother some people, but it doesn't bother me. It feels good, especially in the reverse grip, you know, depending on how you're going to cut your animal, because some of you I know are going to butcher some of your animals out in the field. So just want to show you all how you can possibly carry this knife or use this knife when you're doing the butchering out in the field. Okay, so feels comfortable, and you know, let's take a look at the handles again. Pretty nice, man, pretty nice. My card on this one, I mean, this knife is $23, man, on Amazon. So if it can go through you know, my rigorous testing over here, you know, maybe you could use this as a hunter. Now, the only concern that I have is that tip is thin. I don't think I'd be too worried about this tip, you know, getting into the game, cutting up sinew, maybe digging into the bone a little bit. I am worried about, you know, the testing, but we're gonna, you know, that's why we're doing this, to test this out. Now let's take a look at the sheath. The sheath is very simple. It's just a simple nylon sheath. I know some of you may not like this. However, I got to tell you, it's pretty thick. It's pretty sturdy. All right, time will tell, but as of right now, you know, it seems like they're using some pretty good quality materials here, in my opinion. All right, there is no plastic insert. However, this sheath is made to protect you from getting cut because this knife is pretty sharp. It's a simple sheath, down and dirty, man, just to make sure that you can carry it without losing it. And you know, you don't want to get cut from this, but it works, man. It's quiet, it stays in position. Okay, I am carrying, or have been carrying, the Lynxgear Bushcrafter with the same style sheath. It's been working fine, man. It's been working fine. So let's test this out. Let's see what we get for 23 bucks. I got a pretty substantial size log over here. It's been on the ground since July, okay? You can see it's been aged a bit. It should be a good test for this knife. So I kind of want this piece right here, and should be okay. So let's see how this knife is going to hold up. All right, I've got my lanyard on, and we're going to be good to go. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, this is a hard piece of wood. Now with the right off the bat with the finger grooves, you know, the way I'm holding it, it's nice. It's really nice. Ooh, this is definitely hard. Whoa. Now, for those that are new to my channel, this is the way I test out my knives, okay? I start chopping to see if I get any kind of chips, rolls, bends in the steel. So a substantial size log, you know, as hard as it is, you know, this will tell me right off the bat, right off the beginning, if we're gonna have some issues or not. This is why I do these tests. I understand it's a hunter, and, you know, after I do these tests, that's how I'm gonna use it, okay? But we gotta test. Pretty good so far. I mean, you know, once again, it's not a chopper, and you can see I'm taking my sweet time with this, but you know, it's cutting through. So I think I got myself a good piece of wood to show everybody how this knife is going to do. So let's just keep going. You could hear that thumping, man. That looks good, man. That looks good, but it almost seems like we didn't do much, but it's cutting. Wow. It's doing pretty good for a hollow grind, let me tell you. All right, so grab your favorite drink, snack. It's going to be a little while because this piece is hard, but it'll be a good test, you know. One second, troops, let's see. That's still sharp. That is still sharp. All right, I don't know if you can see the discoloration right over there, but that is the sweet spot. And also the discoloration is pretty shallow. It's not like it's going all the way up the blade. So this is definitely a hard piece of wood, whatever it is. And let's see. So far, it's sharp, man. So let's keep on going. I mean, I've had other $20 knives, those Ridge Runner buoys, and started hitting this wood and bent, broke, all kinds of nightmarish scenarios. This one, so far, so good. And this is a serious piece of wood here, man. So there's a subscriber who recommended my channel to someone who's looking for budget blades. So thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Hopefully, if this comes through, it'll be another offer to your friend, you know? Not a chopper, not a chopper. But we got to test one way or another, you know? Look at that, okay? Feel like I'm starting all over again. Feels like even the bark is hard. Okay, now I'm going all the way around. Now I know exactly where I got to cut. I'm going to try and use every part of the blade, but with the momentum of the swing, again, you could see where the discoloration is and how far deep this is going into this log. Let's try a different angle. Look at that. Look at those slices. Still looking good, man. This absolutely looking good. Just chipping away at the core right now. Oh, now I see the core. I see that center heavy duty area. See that? Excellent, excellent. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to do through hide, you know, but it's wicked sharp, man. Jesus. That's insane. All right, now you can see the core a little bit more right there. So let's do this side. Try and use the front part of the blade, which I'm doing right now. I just don't want to be here forever, you know? But I do want to show everybody a challenge. This piece is so hard, I got to keep on checking, man. You know, I mean, for $23, so far so good. It's pretty insane. Nice, man. Look at that. All right, let's get through this other hard part right here. Using that front part of the blade again. Rear part. Looking good. Wow. Looking good, man. I can't see any kind of a warp or a bend here. So looking good. This piece ain't giving up with a fight, man. Ain't giving up without a fight, boy, let me tell you. Wow, this thing is insane. We're almost there, man. That was excellent. That was excellent, man. Look at that. Now, I'll have you on camera. Let me just make sure I get this in the frame. Look, no chips, no bends, no rolls. Not bad, man. Not bad for a hunter, man. Wow. We are going to continue with some vertical batoning. Hopefully I've got this properly in the camera. Okay, you could see that, and here's the other side. So, you know, I'm always biting off more than I could chew, obviously. So let's see what this will do, this knife here. I might have to break out the Centurion club. I'm not sure yet. Hitting that tip. Okay, let me get rid of this bark over here so you get a better view. All right, good. Getting rid of this bark so you could see it's starting to split. Look at that. Damn. All right, that's awesome. Again, I am myself concerned about this tip, but it went through it, you know, a couple of hits, and it just split this log. So I'm gonna save this piece because I'm gonna want to do some drilling with the tip here, and we'll process the rest of this right here. Take off that bark. Let's see what happens if I go through this knot. Okay, well, that worked well. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong. Let's do it again where that knot area is, right? D2 steel, 23 bucks. I mean, if some of you could be here right now just to see how hard this piece of wood is, man, to feel it for yourself, you know, I would invite you for sure. But wow. I mean, just wow. And I'm getting precise too. That hollow grind is really nice. Again, it's not pretty. You're an avid outdoorsman, you're out there to hunt, you're going to use your knife to cut up game, but you want to make a little fire. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nice dry wood, you know. The hunting's over. I mean, this is awesome, man. All right, let me pick up those other pieces and we'll make some feather sticks. I got a different species of wood. We'll test out that tip later and the spine. Be back. All right, I got another piece right here to cut up, make feather sticks, but this is a piece of that wood that I just did vertical batoning with, and I just want to make sure that I have one piece to show everybody. I'm going to put it over here and we'll test that out in a second. Again, now I want to just split this piece right here because I like doing this horizontal batoning. I get to test out the whole edge of the bevel. Good. Split. Start. Good start. See that? Starting to split over here. Doing a good job, doing a good job. Let's try a little prying. Okay, I'm using the tip to grab onto the piece of wood to get it open. And let's see how it cuts the fibers here. Not bad, not bad. Oh look, went through a knot too. That's pretty good. Okay, let's process this even more. This piece. See if I can get thirds here. Okay, that's a nice feather stick. I'll process it more off camera, but again, I just want to show you that you can be a little precise with this knife. Nice, man. Okay, that's awesome. All right, you know, since this is nice and flat, let's do this. That worked well. Nice. Okay, good. Perfect. Firebox stove, you want to make smaller pieces, right? Awesome. 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 In fact, you know what? I can even process this even more. Okay. Now, as a hunter, you might have an axe and a saw. Maybe you left it back at the camp. I don't know. Just a scenario that I'm sure that has happened out there to some of you, man. You know, let me know in the comments below. But $23 so far, so good, man. I know it's still early, but not bad for what it's been doing. And it's a hunting knife. I know some of you hunters are out there saying that I'm crazy using this knife like this. But if you're avid, I know hunters that used to wake up, get lucky, go into the woods, shoot a deer, gut it, and then go back home, go back into bed. I mean, seriously, man, there are some hunters like that, instead of just staying outdoors. This is great. This is great. I don't even have to process these any further. I just did this on camera for everybody, okay? So I'll save this for the end of the videos. And what we'll do now, including with this other piece, let's make some curls. And so actually, you know what, let me clean this area up. I'll be back, okay? I got 3 different pieces of wood. This is the first piece that I did the vertical batoning, horizontal batoning, and then some fat wood, because I want to see how it works out. Slicing up fat wood. So let's make some individual curls. Good stuff. Just want to get into the driest part of the piece of wood here too. Wow, it's awesome. It's awesome. Let me do the front part of the blade, because I know I was using that front part. Look at that. I don't think you're gonna have any trouble cutting up game with this. Okay, so that's one. This, I just did the horizontal batoning. Let me just take off this bark. Nice and easy. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, now. Nice. Okay, good stuff, man. Here is a second pile, the different species of wood, and now this is just the same thing, because I'm going to make some feather sticks out of this. And now the fat wood. That's pretty cool. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I'll be back with the fat wood, but to test out the spine, let's see if I can make some nice feather sticks here for everybody. It might not be a bushcraft knife, but it can carve. All right, a good demonstration for this species over here. I kind of basically did it for the fat wood. Now let's do it for this little harder piece of wood right here. It's dangling. Well, it came off. You get the idea, though. It's is absolutely capable of making feather sticks, and after all that batoning and chopping, we're looking good here as far as sharpness goes. All right. Again, they're just demonstrations. They're not the greatest feather sticks, but just a small demonstration of how sharp this $23 knife is, man. Wicked. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Okay, let's test out the tip and the spine. All right, let's get it out of the way. Tip test, man. Like I said, I am concerned, so I'm going to start from small, larger, then I want to do this, and then I want to make a divot. Okay, and I know that's a hard piece, so let me be safe here. Now, one thing that I don't know if you've noticed or not, I don't need gloves. The Micarta scales, man, and the contouring and the grooves of this handle, you know, there's no need for gloves, you know. So actually, you know what, let me be smart. Make sure I don't do anything stupid. That's a good start. Okay, it's not coming apart easy, so that's good. That tells me that, you know, it's a dense piece of wood. And I just use my hand to get through it. That looks good. One more time. Okay, good. That's a good, I think that's a good start to the test. Now I'm gonna go where this knot is, right here. Let's see. Yeah, that's a challenge, so. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Tip is there. Okay, so that's good. That's a good sign. Let's keep going until this is split. Woo, that is hard. That is a hard knot, so good. Good test. There we go. Beautiful. Let's see. Tip is good, man, and just want you to see I went through that knot, okay? That's really good. And there it is. Good challenging piece right here. All right. Good challenging piece. You could see that. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. I say that passed this test over here. Let's put that over here now. Now, let's see if I could. Now, I did cut these off because there was some splitting happening over here, and I didn't want it to be part of the testing process. So, let me make sure that I get this in. My hand's behind the blade. And if you notice, I'm not starting from the ends, I'm starting from the center. So, damn. That's That's awesome. Look at the cut marks. Look at the cut marks. All right, I'm gonna have to put this. You know what? I got to tell you, I'm satisfied with this. A lesser knife with that tip would have broken already, like some brands. So let me just do a divot. Let me get rid of this. Let's test this out. I think hunters are not going to have any trouble with this tip digging into animal bone, or some of the tougher areas of the game if you're going to quarter. But if you know how to quarter game, you know how to get between the knuckles and stuff like that. So, and the joints. Using the point to pivot. Okay, you can see the drill. Look at that, man. That tip is awesome. And you know what? I got to tell you, the grind on the tip is a little uneven. I mean, fit and finish on this is pretty good, but unfortunately the grind over here is uneven, and it's still holding up. D2 steel. How many people I've heard complain about D2 steel? I should do it this way so I don't slip and cut myself. Sometimes you gotta rethink some of the things that I do on camera, because I have done some stupid things, and I've got this stupid cut over here that hasn't healed properly, and I got a retarded finger. All right, look at that. Okay. Yeah, I'm good to go with this, man. This is an awesome knife for 23 bucks. Let me just do the spine test, cut some rope, and let's call this a day, man. But you want a decent budget hunter. There's people out there that use their knife maybe once a year, and that might be just for hunting. You know what I mean? And this is perfect. You buy this once, you put it in your drawer, you take it out the year that you got to go hunting or whatever. Just awesome. And look, you can do the outdoors, man. So far, man, this knife is doing killer, man. Killer. I'm pretty confident about that tip. The spine, well, let's see. Let's see with the spine. I'll start off with some wood first. Oh, cool. Look at that. Nice. That's efficient, man. That did good. Okay, let me just put this off to the side here. I got all these bugs flying around, man. Let's just make something for the end of the video. But exciting, you know, exciting that it can do this to spine, at least for this species of wood, whatever it is. Now, there's no saying that you can't improve the spine. I mean, it's not like you can cut yourself with it. And, you know, you could use a work sharp to sharpen this up, because I've done it. And, or, you know, a belt sander to sharpen this up. So, but as it stands, you know, it's doing a good job. So fantastic. Let me put this down. It's a nice little pile right there. And some fat wood here. Trying the jimping area too. There's some slight jimping. I may have forgotten to mention that in the beginning of the video. There is some slight jimping, but I haven't had the need to use it because these grooves have been doing everything that I wanted to do. I think I also forgot to mention that there's some scalloping over here, but you know, I digress, you know, so it's a nice little pile right there. A little sticky. You can see it's still making some thin slices, and I'm using the tip, especially after that rough tip test that I did. Okay, we got some nice slices here. We got a little pile. Do a little more. Okay, here we go. Nice little pile. I'm gonna see if I could spark it up a little bit. However, before I do that, some camp tasks over here with rope. Okay, she's cutting, doing some push cutting right here, so you know it's sharp. Put that down. Let's see if I can just cut it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now some thicker stuff. All right. I don't know if I have enough to, well, let's see. Great. Okay, good. Now some push cuts with this. Beautiful. No 10 stake today. No 10 stake. Listen, if it can cut like this, it'll do a good job. You know what I mean? Now, let's see how she sparks. Let me just fix this up first. Just a little something small, just as an example. Oh yeah, she sparks. Okay, there we go. And that's all you need, man. I'm good to go with this knife. 23 bucks. I don't want to hear shit from anybody, man. You knife snobs out there, man. This knife is killer. Is killer. Just a slayer, man. Wow. Wow is all I gotta say. Especially for that tip test, man. What a great, great budget blade for anybody out there, man. I mean, it looks like it's primarily a hunting knife, but you know what? It'll do the outdoors for sure. And if you're avid, this knife might be a consideration for you, especially for the price, 23 bucks on Amazon. I don't make a dime off of this. It's a knife for a video. but you saw for yourself, this knife kicks some ass, man. And I did have some concerns for the tip, but this tip did really well. I mean, look at all that work over there. This is a good camp knife too, you know, and you could definitely use it to cut up food, game. You could fish with this, man. I would do this. I would use this knife for everything. Just killer, just killer. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, just want to say thank you very much for staying this long till the end to watch this. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I did. This was a huge surprise for a budget blade, and I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. Let me bring awareness, everybody. Hashtag 22 a day, hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans in active military that once they get out of the service, they do face a lot of challenges. And unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So at the end of this video, pause on the slides. There will be phone numbers that you can call. There'll be websites that you can do some research and check out. You know, if you know somebody who's hurting, bring them some of this information. There's also a heartfelt message from Martin Miller, Vietnam veteran, 66 to 69. Read his message and seek the help you all have earned and deserve. Troops, Legionnaires, and new recruits. As always, just want to say thank you once again. Until the next video, at the ready, troops, hold the line. Take care.
Legionnaires!